Klay Thompson might be wearing a different jersey this season. He's prepared to test free agency despite Golden State claiming they want him back. The Warriors say they're ready for the, quote, emotions of negotiating with their longtime star who spent all 12 years of his career with the team. Meanwhile, Paul George's future is also up in the air. The ball in the air for the 34-year-old Stars core as he decides whether to return to LA or if another team gives him a better chance to win. Here's Wendy on the latest on Paul George's options.
Paul George has three options. One is to re-sign with the Clippers. Two is to enter free agency and go somewhere else like Philly or Orlando. Three, he can opt into his contract and get traded by this weekend. That is something that is going to come to a head in the next day or two if he wants to go with that option, because obviously you'd have to negotiate a trade, and then the team wouldn't necessarily need salary cap space. So the Paul George sweepstakes is going to come to a head, at least that aspect of it, faster than those other players who are going to be free agents like Klay Thompson or DeMar DeRozan.
All right, Shay, tell me this. Is it more important for Klay or PG-13 to return to their team?
PG. Because I don't think, even if Klay returns to the Warriors, I don't think they're in championship contending team. Without Paul George, they have no chance because Kawhi is really unreliable. We saw as healthy as he been when it mattered most, he wasn't there. So without Paul George, they really don't have a chance. I don't really think they have a chance because they're moving into this new building, Stephen A. And when you move into a new building, you need stars to fill it. And he and Kawhi are the two stars. Look, Klay has had an unbelievable career, and I still think he can play. But in terms of importance, Paul George is the mortgage. Klay Thompson is internet service. Hell, I can do without internet service. I can't go without paying my mortgage. Hell, they're going to move me up out of there. So Paul George is absolutely the most important.
I completely disagree with you. Totally so. I'm going to go with Klay Thompson here. I understand the willingness to look at Golden State from last year, to see the elevation of Jonathan Kuminga, to see Podziemski, the rookie, be as good as he is, and you're inclined to say otherwise. You're inclined to say it's Paul George instead of Klay Thompson. Let me remind you that Klay Thompson had a down year. His down year was 17 points per game on 39% shooting from three-point range. We walk around here acting like this dude, one of the top 5 shooters in the history of basketball, who shot better than 40% in 9 of his first 10 seasons. We're acting like this brother is somebody that you know is just done. Shannon, did you know that since the All-Star break, Klay Thompson shot 45% from the field and 42% from three-point range? Did you know that? This is what is considered a bad year. This brother shoots better than 95% of the league in a bad year. And so now let me juxtapose that to Paul George. I know that Paul George can ball. Paul George is a star. Paul George plays on both ends of the court. But we know Kawhi Leonard's going to get hurt. We know that brother's unreliable. You understand? And we know that without him, the Clippers are going home in the first round. Doesn't Paul George, and listen, I know that I made news the other day, and by the way, I have no regrets for apologizing, but Shannon, because I know for Club Shay and Nightcap and all, I want to make sure you got the story, Shannon. Me and Paul George were on NBA Countdown. And my apology was for everything that I said about Kawhi in front of him on the broadcast because it put him in a bad spot. And we were talking tongue-in-cheek, and we were just having fun because it was little stuff. They were talking about Derek White. He might be on the Olympic team. And I'm like, why is Kawhi Leonard even trying on a Team USA jersey? That's summer play. You might get hurt flying over to Paris. I don't want you playing in the Olympics. I want you ready for October. That's what I was trying to say. So we're having fun, but I wasn't really thinking about the position it put Paul George in. So I was apologetic about that. Under no circumstances do I have any hiccups, any stuttering, or any backtracking from the words I said about that Kawhi Leonard. I meant every damn syllable I said about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a superstar basketball player who is completely unreliable health-wise. He misses 46% of the games. He misses 60% of the playoffs since he has become a Clipper. And he does absolutely, positively nothing thing to market the sport. Why should Paul George stay in that situation? Podcast P, wherever you are, Paul George, listen to me and listen to me good. You should want to leave if that's your teammate because you can't trust his availability. Period.
I think he has a sense of loyalty because Kawhi handpicked him. Kawhi,
That's
he's
fair.
the reason why.
That's fair.
He's the
That's fair.
reason why PG is at the Clippers because Kawhi put the pressure on them. Says if you don't get him, I'm going over there.
And he wanted to be in L.A. And he wanted to be in LA because that's where he's from. Yes, because from California. Yes, right.
And so I think it's going to be really hard for him to leave. The question is, he wants a max deal. And from what the reports are, the Clippers seem to be reluctantly or hesitant to give him a max deal. I think he would fit really well, obviously, in Philly, with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey.
New York.
He would fit really. I think he would be great in OKC. I don't know if they want to revisit that and the Clippers try to get some of those draft picks back. But for me, Stephen A., look, Klay, phenomenal. Yes, he's not as consistent as he once was. You used to go book it. Klay gonna give me 20 points a night. He gonna hit the threes, but he might go 3 of 13 from the three, or he might go 7 of 10. It's just too much inconsistency, and I think Paul George puts the Clippers close. And I say this with a caveat. If Kawhi can stay healthy, I don't even know why I'm saying it. The man ain't been healthy so long. Why would I even preface it if Kawhi stay healthy? When was the last time we saw Kawhi play a full NBA regular season and make it through the playoffs? But I do believe that it's very important for the Clippers, since they are moving into that new building and they want fans to come out. It's going to be hard because it's in Playa. I think it's a must that they sign Paul George. But if I'm Paul George and I want max money, hey, do this sign and trade. Get me to Philly.
Without max money, he wants a champion. He wants a better shot at a championship. He's better off going elsewhere. And Klay Thompson,
to Philly, then.
Look, if Golden State don't want you, yo, Knicks, yo, I take Klay. I take Klay in a heartbeat. I take Klay with a smile on my face. With a smile on my face.
Stephen A., here's the thing. The thing is not somebody wanting him. He saw what Drew Holiday got. He got 135. They're not going to give Klay that. It seems to be people are hovering around.
Might give him 100. Might give him 100.
Okay.
All right, gotta roll.